Hello my dear companions, welcome back to Doki Doki Blue Skies. Oh my god, I am so sorry for this because it's been such a long mod. It's been much longer than the main game. I don't know, I love it, I love the mod, but I think I don't know, it's been going on for a bit too long. But I think this is gonna be the final episode. It's finally time to meet Yuri. It's strange seeing all the students mill around me without a care in the world. Let's have a little water break. Hope you have your favorite snacks, your favorite blanket, and let's see if we get the good ending. We're far removed from all the drama that Yuri and I had to deal with these past few days. I wonder how the situation would have played out between different characters or players. Would it have turned out better? Worse? Somehow, I doubt that anyone around me right now, has had to deal with anything like what Yuri and I had gone through. I mean, all people have their different kinds of demons and problems. Of course, scratch that. Hasn't hanging out with Yuri taught me anything about judging books by their covers? Exactly. I mentally shake my head. Come on, Salazar, you have no idea what anyone else is going through. Exactly. Judging others. Yuri's spoken a lot about that topic before. Am I even prepared for this conversation? As I make my way to the roof, each step seems to grow heavier and heavier. My uniform seems to be uncomfortably warm, while my palms have suddenly collected a layer of sweat. Before I know it, I'm in front of the rooftop entrance. Here goes nothing. As always, it takes my eyes a little time to adjust to the brilliant sunlight outside. Soon enough, though, I'm able to make out a tall, long-haired girl standing by the edge of the roof. Don't do anything stupid. I guess there are like barricades and such, but still. The contrast between her violet hair and pale blue sky makes her hair look all the more dark. I step closer to her, prompting a slight peek over from her. She doesn't move though, so I elect to stand beside her and look down at the school's grounds below. Hello, Salsa. Hey, Yuri. Normal enough of a start to the conversation, Yuri runs her fingers along the chain link fence. A chain link fence, yeah, that's what it's called. Blocking off the edge of the roof. It's a nice day out, isn't it? Guess so. You haven't had lunch yet, right? Well, lunch just started, so... Alright. Yuri's face turns slightly red, and when she quickly turns to rummage through her bag, I can't tell if it's to hide her face or not. However, she eventually pulls out a package tied together with a large handkerchief. A bento. I made you a bento. Oh. You never bring very nutritious lunches, and since we planned on eating together... Are you sure? I did bring some bread, so... I made you my own bento too, so if you don't eat it, it's just going to be wasted. Okay. I think as I said, the bad ending... We would have got the bad ending if... she didn't pick up the phone and maybe she killed herself. But I think we're going for the good ending now. Plus it was made specifically for you, so... If this is a peace offering, it's the best peace offering I've ever received. Holy crap, thanks. Your cooking's always delicious. I feel bad that I don't have anything for you now. It's fine, I made it for you because I wanted to, not because I expected anything in return. Good. Do things because you want to. Yuri. I'll take the boxes from her and peek inside. Rice, grilled beef, some kind of salad, and dumplings. You even made my favorite dumplings. Oh. Yes, I'd bought some before, so... Yuri, you don't know how much I appreciate you. I believe I have a good enough idea of that. We chuckle lightly for a bit, but then Yuri's face suddenly falls. Salsa, I'm sorry for everything that happened on White Day. Now that I think over what I did and said that day, I feel so ashamed. She bites her lip hard. I can hardly believe that it actually happened. Yuri, I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have pressed you so hard on things you obviously can't just change on a whim. Thank you, but I know that I was really the instigator. Well, if I hadn't cluelessly gone on and on about Sayori, but I also could have outright told you why that was bothering me. Instead, I choose to internalize all my negative thoughts and it manifested in, well, blatant self-hatred. I mean, it's not like you explicitly chose to internalize it all, right? These deep-seated problems you have, I get that sometimes you can't help second-guessing yourself or thinking in a certain way. But in order to improve my mental health, don't I have to change these thoughts processes? Well, yeah. But doesn't it still take a huge amount of time and effort before you're able to fully change it? It's slow going in the beginning, right? And on that day, tensions had been running high anyway, so it would have been harder to be self-aware about it. Plus, I'm sure that some of my comments didn't help matters either. That's true, but either way. Yuri takes a deep breath. You're right, the biggest problem in our relationship right now is most likely communication. That's really on me. Yuri, it's fine. You don't have to try to make me feel better. I've accepted that it's generally a fault of mine that I'm too emotionally suppressive. After all these years, I've just gotten in the habit of hiding my true thoughts and feelings from everyone. It's actually a bit selfish of me. I don't tell anyone anything so that I can avoid being judged. But that's a perfectly valid reason to not talk about some things, right? Maybe, but I doubt that it's a completely healthy mindset. It stops me from communicating effectively with others too. So, I'm going to try to explain everything, all of it, to you. All of the reasons behind my thought processes, how I generally feel about certain things. I truly did some introspection over the weekend to figure things out. Well, if you're up for it, I'm all ears. I don't know if I'll be able to understand everything, and I probably won't be able to relate to a lot of what you feel, but I'll try my best to be able to be as empathetic as possible. That's all I can ask for. Once again, Yuri takes a deep breath to steady herself, and we take a small water break. Where should I start? We could start with the argument. It's a good place as any. There's a strange, wry smile on Yuri's face. Now that I think about it, I was probably overreacting during our argument, wasn't I? It's okay if you get angry from time to time. I definitely said some things that were out of line. But how would you have known what to say? You're not a licensed psychologist. You don't self-harm, so it's not as though you know what exactly things to say to me. I mean, I could have not said things though. Some things. If I'd given it some thought before speaking, I could have realized that some of my words were hurtful to anyone, not just to a self-harmer. For instance, I shouldn't have said that other people have problems too. That's true. When you said that, it seemed to invalidate my own issues. It minimized my suffering. Yeah, like other people have problems too, so you should just suck it up and deal with it. See, I definitely did not mean to invalidate you. What was something else I said? How would you feel if I did this? Oh yeah, I think I actually said that a couple of times. Actually, could you explain why it's so bad to say that? Alright, it's likely not very obvious to someone who isn't too familiar with the thoughts of being behind self-harm. I believe the best way to put it would be that saying that guilt trips me. It makes me feel worse about myself because it makes me feel me that much more aware of how self-harm affects others around me. And then it makes me feel like cutting even more. It's a bit of a cycle where that makes me feel terrible, which makes me cut, which then makes me feel even worse. Yeah, it's like a dark spiral, which leads to me cutting again, etc., etc. I'm so sorry. Had no idea. It's okay. Now you know. Now that you say it, it seems so obvious though. Hindsight is 20 out of 20, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. And I wish I hadn't spoken without thinking so much. I'm especially sorry for the ugly mess comment. Yuri looks down at her arms. They're covered by her sleeves right now, of course, but I can imagine the scarring underneath the cloth. Well, you're right. They are ugly. But to be honest, there was a time when I liked the way they looked, but that was at the time when I was in an even worse state of mind, if you can believe it. I'm guessing it might have been around the time of her parents' death, yeah. Poor girl. Quite simply, I'm disfiguring myself, and I feel like I deserve to be disfigured. It's like self-harm allows me to externally show how I feel on the inside. I don't really know what to say to that. I feel the need to punish myself for making mistakes and things like that. The first time I cut my arm, I was almost mesmerized by the blood flowing down my skin. It felt strange seeing my arm marred like that. But in a way it felt right. It's never right, but I can understand how she felt in that moment, but no. Yuri, you don't have to say anything. I know you probably don't know what to say. She got that right. Even so, I hope you know that when I said that, I was mad at the self-harming itself, not at you. If that makes sense. I understand. Sorry if this is too soon, but I don't know a good way to ask this. You didn't do anything too bad to yourself after our argument, did you? Sorry for asking so clumsily. I really don't know how I can breach the topic in a sensitive way. It's alright, the scratching helped take the edge off a lot, so I didn't do anything worse than what I usually do. I still can't believe I did that in front of you. All my thoughts and emotions just suddenly overwhelmed me. It was almost as if a physical pressure was building up within me. I see. I can't imagine. Well, I'm glad that you can't imagine it. You know what you said about me not trying to change myself. Sorry for that too. No. It's fine, to be honest. I don't think I've actually been trying all that much. Sometimes a wave of motivation comes over me that makes me want to change, but that doesn't happen too often. I'm scared of how it will be when I don't have self-harm to help me feel in control again. That physical pain, it's something that I can understand and manipulate myself, something that has a definite end. It's the way that I've always coped. It's not often that something makes me feel like discarding that. We did talk a bit about this before, I think. It was probably the first time I came over to your house. I suppose I did. In the end, I suppose I don't want to change. Yuri, come on, you might say that, but you have to change already. You have changed already. She gives me a questioning look. You've become more confident in yourself when you speak to others, for one thing, and we have helped her with that throughout this game. Remember when you never even felt like saying hi to Natsuki before? Look at you right now. You're opening up to me about this stuff. Sure, you may still have your flaws, but that alone shows that despite what you tell yourself, you're willing to change. So change isn't all that bad, right? You're right, as usual. You don't deserve all this, Yuri. Please trust me when I say that. And I wouldn't lie to you about that either. Thank you, Salsa. I slowly sneak my hand over to touch Yuri's. Surprisingly, she actually grabs my hand in response. It, it feels freeing to talk about this with you. It is really okay for me to burden you with this. Of course. What kind of person would I be if I didn't support my loved ones? Thank you. Anyway, no one's perfect, as you both know by now. If you're willing to forgive me, then I definitely think you should be able to forgive yourself, if that makes sense. You don't have to be the perfect girlfriend because there's no such thing. Just remember. Which reminds me, please tell me whenever you're uncomfortable with anything. It's kind of an awkward subject to broach, but I've got to address it. If you don't want to do something, like if you don't want to be intimate at the moment or anything, you can always say no. Yes. Yes. Always. Always. Everyone who sees this, remember that. You can always say no. Always only do things you want to. Not just to please someone else or to make someone else happy. I've done that a lot in the past, but as I grew up, I more and more decided to do things for myself, and I think that's so important. No one has the right to demand anything of you in that way. There'll never be hard feelings about if you're saying no because you don't owe anyone, lovey time or whatever. It can be anything. Do it for yourself. Sorry, I just didn't know what to do at the moment. There were so many expectations and words clouding my mind, and I just forced myself. But don't worry, I don't blame you or anything. You really don't have to apologize. Again, I'd never get mad at you if you turn intimacy down. Personally, I would be mad and sad the other way if someone was intimate and then said that they just did it to make me happy. That would make me so freakishly sad. So it's important. Do everything for yourself. Yes, I know that now, but that wasn't the case at the time. Either way, thank you for bringing this up. To be quite honest, it was weighing me down a bit, but I wasn't sure how to bring it up without turning it into an awkward mess. It's comforting to confirm that it's okay if I don't force myself. Yeah, it's definitely a subject that had to be addressed. At any rate, whatever happens, I'll try to support you as my... What? I'll try to support you as my girlfriend. That is, if you still want to call yourself that. Yes, I don't think I'm much inclined to breaking up with you. That's a beautiful way of saying it. Especially not after you've been so kind and understanding towards me. Well, I guess I meant to ask if you needed to go on a break or not. I definitely get that you might want some space, so... Well, it is nice being able to speak on my own terms and knowing that I could take my time about things to think by myself, but also know that I still love you. So, would it be alright with you if we just took it slowly? Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have expected everything to go back to normal after just one conversation anyway. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting her to want to stay with me. The bell suddenly rings, startling us out of a quiet discussion. Jeez, we really lost track of time. We hardly even ate. We were so busy talking. Well, I'm definitely glad we had this conversation. I think it helped me understand you a lot more. And I'm glad I was able to work on my communication. Man, I guess we'd better get to class for now. But I'll meet you at the usual place to walk to the club together. Okay? Okay, see you then. Once again, thank you. Back at ya. Okie doke. Okay, in the last episode I was a bit afraid we were going down the bad ending route, but I think we're going for the good one. It kind of feels like everything is turning out good. The mood has seriously lifted from how I felt these past few days. Ironic, considering the dark subject matter that Yuri and I talked about during lunch. But it just feels nice knowing that someone I love trusts me enough to talk about these things. And it definitely gladdened to be able to resolve a conflict peacefully and come out of it a better person. I still worry about Yuri, of course, but now I feel more hopeful about our future together. Sneaking a glance at Yuri, who's sitting beside me, I catch her eye and offer her a smile. She smiles softly back in return, then turns her attention back to the book in front of her. I could definitely see her fighting through all the problems in her way. But for now, we're back in a companionable silence that so often settles between us. To me, it's an indication that things can get better again. Okay everyone, Monica's announcement once again startled me out of my reverie. We all know that school's ending this week, right? Oh, it's summer break. Summer vacation. Can't wait to do nothing at all day. Everyone here can probably relate to that. Anyway, I was thinking, how about we meet up outside of school during the summer to hang out? That sounds like a great idea, Monica. Probably would have wanted to keep seeing you guys. Probably would have wanted to see you. I probably would have wanted to keep seeing you guys throughout the summer anyway. After all, we're not just a club, we're all friends. Well, if you all insist, I'd be open to be hanging out. Geez, Natsuki, you don't have to be so coy about it. Speak for yourself. In my case, I'll definitely be down for a little club trip. Me too, it helped keep me out of the house. Well, I want to keep talking to everyone here. That's decided then. Let's meet up this Saturday after school officially ends. That's alright with you all. We all agree. I catch Natsuki sneaking a smile at Yuri, but Natsuki only sticks her tongue out at me when she animates her eye contact. Looks like everything's as normal as it could get for now. Normalcy is underrated. Yes. Oh, okay. And it seems Sayori is fine too. Save, just in case. It's so nice to not have to worry about academics. Give me all the more time to worry about my relationships instead. And speaking of relationships, I'm hanging with Yuri today. Well, not just with her, it's the day of our club trip. Okay, nice. I call it the club trip, but really, we're just going to be walking around town. Strange to think that we haven't really all gone somewhere together as a group before. It's always just one or two people from the club, not everyone at once. We're meeting up as soon as at a big. We're meeting up. What? We're meeting up at soon at. As I say, sometimes some of the sentences are really weird sometimes. At a big intersection in the shopping district downtown, so I guess I should get ready then. As I change out of my pajamas, I muse over my relationship with Yuri. We definitely have more deep conversations about darker topics nowadays, but it's nice to be able to talk about those things. After our initial conversation that day, Yuri did seem to regress a bit in terms of her openness. She probably thoroughly rehearsed a lot of what she said that day. But it's not like zero progress was made. Yuri actually does tell me when things bother her more often. Well, she's usually really apologetic about it, but still, the fact that she even tells me these things is good progress. It's been a little less than a week since our big conversation though, so there just hasn't been enough time for things to fully settle down yet. Anyway, it's not like she's going to be talking about this stuff much today, given how we'll be hanging out with the entire club. Yeah, I think she will be much more reserved today. It'll be a nice change of pace, goofing off with everyone and laughing together. Suffice to say, I'm looking forward to our meeting today. Ah, we're already here. It's way too hot today. The sun beats down mercilessly on me as I plod down the street. I'm sweating like crazy just from walking downtown, despite only wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Hope the gods won't be able to tell how gross I am. Well, even if I was super sweaty, I doubt anyone besides Natsuki would really mention it. Yeah, Natsuki would tell you for sure. They're all way too nice to. Although, now that I think about it, Monika actually might tease me. It's not soon enough that when I finally catch sight of the others, looks like I'm last, as usual. Oh, nice to see them in other clothes. That's a nice outfit for Monika. There you are.
Took you long enough.
Lay off me for a bit, it's too hard to walk quickly.
You could have left earlier then. Yeah, I live next to you and I got here pretty early.
Yeah, okay. So you aren't just supposed to be on my side. Truly a horrific betrayal. Wow. It's a new outfit for Monika. I don't think I've seen that outfit on Monika before. I don't remember it at least. The other ones will recognize. Alright guys, stop being such drama queens. Where do you want to go first? Maybe we should have planned this out a bit more.
Where's the fun in that? You gotta be spontaneous. Yeah, Sayori's got the right idea here.
We could try walking around a bit to see if there's anything we want to go. Anywhere we want to go. Sounds like a good idea. Okay everyone, let's do that then. We'll mill around for a bit, window shopping and chatting about nothing. Eventually, we found ourselves standing around eating ice creams. Oh, sounds lovely. I found myself practically inhaling mine as the ice cream drips down the cone.
Wow, so refreshing to eat the popsicle on a hot day. This reminds me of how I spent summer as a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go.
Salsa and I used to always play at this one park with an ice cream vendor.
Man, I remember that. What park you're talking about? Sounds like idyllic times.
Perks of having childhood friends, I guess.
I haven't kept up with any of my own childhood friends either, so all those memories are relegated to the past for me. Don't you guys have nostalgic childhood places you'd like to visit? My parents used to bring me to a house in the countryside during the summers.
Man, is your family rich or something? All I ever got here were trips to the pool.
Oh, yeah, we know, Natsuki, we know about your past.
I never really liked the pool anyway, you know how nasty public pools can get.
I don't particularly have anywhere nostalgic in this city either. My parents aren't really ones for randomly going out to the park or whatever.
If that's the case, then why don't Sans and I show you our park so that we can make new memories for you here to look back on it in the future?
Well, we're not doing anything right now, so I'm up for it if the rest of you are. Let's go to the park. It would be nice to catch a glimpse of Salsa and Sayori's fabled childhood friendship. Okay, Yuri seems to be a bit more fine with us talking about Sayori.
You guys wanna go, I'm fine with it too.
Well, that's that then. Lead the way, Sayori.
Hooray, let's go!
Right behind you. Here's the park. Okay, cool. It feels like I'm going back in time as I step into the park. Haven't been back here in a while, and it looks much smaller than I remembered. Here was the spot of countless adventures between Sayori and I. Tell me in the comments down below if you have like a place from your childhood memory where you often hung out with friends or alone. You know, like a park, like like a secret tree house, like yes, somewhere, you know, that you really spent a lot of time with friends or alone. Here was the spot of countless such, yeah. You can see two small children running around, one coral-haired and one brown-haired. It's kind of strange seeing both Sayori and Yuri here at once, with me, like the past and future are colliding.
So this is it, eh? I think I've been here before, actually. Like once with my mom.
Maybe we've seen each other as kids before, but we just don't remember it. Exactly. Think about it. New people that you meet in your life, you might have met them when you were younger, but you never knew about it. I wouldn't doubt it, fate can be a fickle creature. I call that more of a coincidence than fate.
I think that I remember seeing a pink-haired girl here, as many people have hair that distinctive.
Sayori, your memory isn't even that good. You forget half the things I tell you.
Remember the important stuff at least. It's nice being here though.
Sayori trots over to the swing set and plops down on a swing. The rest of us follow her. I end up leaning on a metal bar with Yuri, while Monica sits on top of the bar.
Come on, Atsuki, swing with me. I haven't gone on the swings for so long.
Natsuki obliges and gets on the swings beside Sayori. Soon, she's swinging back and forth at full force, her hair streaming through the air.
You're like a kid again, Atsuki. You're so cute.
Cute? At that, Natsuki abruptly stops swinging with a scowl on her face.
I'm not gay.
I exchange dry smiles with Yuri Monica as Monica rolls her eyes.
Okay, sorry for calling you a kid. I mean, I can call myself one too, so I'm not trying to imply anything. But disregarding that, I wish I was as cute as you. Ugh.
Sorry, but I had to say it, Natsuki. Why do you always pretend that you're not cute? You got to realize that you come off as really cutesy, right? You're seriously not fooling anyone.
I'm not trying to fool anyone. Who do you think I am?
She kicks at the ground in frustration, dustling herself on the swings. Well, it sure seems an awful lot like you are sometimes. The tsundere act can be a bit tiring, you know? Hey, I'm sure Natsuki has reasons. Everyone has their own problems in life, not that I'm implying that you have any particular problems, Natsuki. We know about her problems, we know.
You guys are gonna drive me insane. You guys want to know why I'm cute? It's because I am feminine. I like cute and pretty things. My favorite genre of manga is romance. Is that so freaking weird?
We didn't say there was anything wrong with you being cute. We're just questioning why you protested so much. Our mind suddenly flashes back to that one day long ago, when Natsuki and I hung out together, talked about this over a boba. Is it because you want to look strong and cool? Looks like she's surprised that I remembered what she said. I feel like she might be regretting opening up that one time now.
Well, what's wrong with that? Doesn't everyone want to be cool and strong? I can't think of any situation where being cute and weak is better than cool and strong.
Well, it's better to be yourself. That's it.
You can be cute and strong, can't you? But if you're a tiny girl like me, I like being cute, but I need to be strong.
Need?
You guys probably don't know this, but it's just my dad and me at home. My mom's not in a place to help us right now.
The fire in her voice dies down as the mention of her mom, but picks right back up as she continues her rant.
Things are rough, so I have to be strong for the sake of my family. I can't be some silly little girl anymore who doesn't have a care in her world. I shouldn't be wasting time and money buying manga. My dad hasn't been doing so well either since my mom died.
She died? I never knew her mom died. I don't remember that. I just think she left.
Shouldn't even be here hanging out with you guys, or our shop needs all the help it can get.
Natsuki sighs here, fiddling with her swing's chain.
I'm just selfish. I can't help wanting to be a normal high schooler. That's so unfair.
Sayori reaches out to gently touch Natsuki's arm.
It's okay, Natsuki, I get it. You do?
There's a slightly dubious expression on Natsuki's face, and to be honest, I'm curious about how Sayori can relate too.
There's a reason why I act all sunshine and rainbows all the time, you know. For a moment,
it seems like Sayori and Monica telepathically communicate something with each other.
It's because I want everyone around me to be happy too. So even if I don't feel like smiling or if I'm unhappy, I still smile for everyone else. Even if I don't want to wake up in the morning and face the world, I still smile. Thus, I don't want to burden everyone and others with my problems.
Sayori, I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me this? I was supposed to be your best friend. That's why I
couldn't tell you, Salazar.
But how was I supposed to tell?
Not your responsibility to help every single person you come across. Besides, I did talk to Monica about stuff.
Yeah, it seemed like Monica knew more. Yep, I'm glad you came to talk to me about it, Sayori. And even more glad that you were able to talk about it to everyone else too.
Yeah.
I suddenly feel incredibly guilty that I wasn't able to be there for Sayori. How could I have been so clueless that I couldn't even tell when Sayori wasn't happy? Sayori, I've been telling you all my problems this whole time though. In fact, I've gone and on about loneliness and my parents' divorce to all of you before. Given that, wouldn't it only have been right to help you in return?
He's right, he's alright. You're just more expressive than a lot of people, Salazar.
Am I? You kind of are.
Sometimes you say things that are so emotional, they make me cringe.
What the heck, I only got emotional with you guys like once, right before the festival.
Seriously? Then I guess my opinion on you was coloring my memories.
What kind of opinion does she have of me? There we go. Sorry guys, I had to use the toilet. What kind of opinion does she have on me? Yuri, am I emotional? I don't know if you're particularly emotional, but you are quite expressive. That's a good thing in my opinion. That's a good thing in my opinion, though.
It's nice to not have to guess about what you're feeling.
I guess you're the perfect match for Yuri in that way, Salsa. Yuri wouldn't have to worry about you ever hiding your feelings from her. I don't know if you guys are complimenting me or insulting me.
Let's take it however you want.
Compliment or insult, I appreciate you at least. Yuri smiles gently at me and puts her hand on top of mine. I feel like you've definitely changed my life for the better.
I think that's an exaggeration.
Well, it feels that way to me. You were standing by me nearly every step of the way, encouraging me at all the right times and comforting me in the dark ones. Yeah, we really tried to push her all this time. Even my social anxiety, it's not completely gone of course, but you've helped me talk to others and face that anxiety head on. Back then I might have even turned down a group hangout like this out of anxiety. It's good to have someone force you to do things you don't want to do. And you were the first one I was able to tell about my parents. You're gonna tell everyone about her parents?
Your parents?
Yes, although I don't know how similar our circumstances are, I think I understand your sentiments too, Natsuki, because I've lost my own loved ones. Feeling weak when there's a blatant need for strength. I can see that. If you don't mind me asking, when? Long enough for the pain to fade into the background. Yuri looks down, twirling a strand of hair through her fingers, but to be honest, I don't think the pain's ever going to fully leave me. Oh, sorry. But to be honest, I don't think the pain's ever going to fully leave me. Sometimes I forget that they're gone and call out to them on impulse. And I realize once more that they're gone, the waves of grief roll over me again.
Yuri, don't worry, I get you.
The two girls smile sadly at each other, so in a way, Natsuki and Yuri are more similar. Because they have both lost one or both parents, and having that kind of need of putting on a strong face and, you know.
I'm sorry, Yuri.
If you ever need to talk, thank you, I'm grateful to you all for being understanding. You shouldn't feel sorry either, it's not your fault.
I know, but I wish you hadn't had to go through that. Your parents must have been great people to raise someone like you, so I wish I could have met them too.
They were great people. Yuri sighs quietly and looks down at her hands. I don't doubt that it must have been difficult for her to relieve this to everyone.
Thanks, Yuri, for sharing that with us.
Of course, it seems like we're all opening up to each other today. I'm certainly glad that we're all grown this close.
Me too.
If we're all sharing, I guess it's Monica's turn now, right? And as if she was thinking the same thing, Monica finally speaks up. Oh, thanks for today, guys. It's been nice getting to know everyone even more. It's kind of funny how much closer we've all gotten in a single semester.
Guess we didn't really do much last semester.
Exactly. Feel free to give me all the credit for getting everyone closer. You wish. If I had to pinpoint the moment where we started creating a sense of camaraderie, I'd say it was when we started sharing poetry.
It sounds about right to me. The festival probably helped too. It was our first group project type of thing, wasn't it?
This has been a really long series, so all of these things they are mentioning, like, I remember the things, but it feels like we did that such a long time ago. I guess having to rely on each other really helps bringing everyone together. Doesn't mean there's actually a reason that teachers give group projects beside making us suffer. Yeah, actually, it is.
Usually one of the slackers in group projects.
Hey, do you know? How do you know I haven't changed? We haven't been in the same class for a while now, you know. I think you've changed a little, at least a bit in that regard. There's a moment of light chuckling from us all. It's been fun laughing and chatting with you all today. You guys are my first close friends, well, besides Shiori. Raise my eyebrows at her, that seems kind of hard to believe, considering how popular Monica is. Yeah, but popularity and close friends, those things don't really, they're not always the same thing, you know. You can be popular and have a lot of friends, but maybe not close friends that you can trust. Okay, I mean, I do call other people friends, but they're actually more like acquaintances. Exactly. Sometimes when I talk to people, it's like I dissociate from myself and just see myself talking to them. I kind of feel like an alien sometimes, or maybe a robot, but I'm just built to do all these things, but not to actually cultivate my own desires or emotions. You could definitely see Monica being a robot, yeah. A self-aware AI. Honestly, most of the times when I laugh, I don't actually feel like laughing on the inside.
Monica.
And I'm well aware that there are people who hate me too, or who think that I look down on them. Little Miss Perfect, right? You shouldn't pay them any attention, Monica. Most of those people are likely just jealous of your accomplishments. After getting to know you, I can testify the fact that you're warm and kind-hearted.
Same here. And I don't say that about everyone.
Monica smiles sadly at us. But to be honest, it's true. Oftentimes, I do find myself looking down on other people. Whoa. It's not that I want to be a preposterous princess, it's just that I'm trained to need to be perfect, I guess. And then she wants us all to be as perfect as her. I know that it's impossible to actually be perfect, but like, I can't fathom not getting straight A's, for instance. Same. I was the same as Monica in that regard when I was in earlier, how do you say it, in elementary school and up to high school and such. I would be devastated. I mean, completely devastated if I got like an A minus. We don't really have A, B, C, and D in Sweden. We have other systems, but if I compare it to an A minus, I would be devastated. Why I didn't get an A? I was such a harsh critic when it comes to my own accomplishments. I legitimately cannot imagine myself ever failing a test, or even losing my spot as a top student. My own mother called me a failure when I got the B+, yeah. Monica stares into the sky, her voice monotonous. Do you know how my parents reacted when I mentioned not taking over the family business? They laughed and said that they hadn't raised me to become mediocre trash. Trash, failure, literal human garbage. That's what I would be if I weren't perfect. No ifs or buts. It's all black and white world for me. This life isn't one that I chose myself. Every single thing has been plotted up for me by my parents. Well, except for you guys. Margaret, to be honest, your parents sound like crazy tiger parents, yeah. I guess there are. I mean, they give me food and a place to live and they pay for all my lessons and stuff, so I can't complain. They just love to brag about me to their friends. Even so, that sounds like an unhealthy relationship. Well, I have to put in work to pay to pay them back from raising me, right? But it sounds like they can be really harsh too. Yeah, when they're mad at me, they can be pretty domineering. I guess you could say that my parents have mastered the carrot and stick routine.
Geez, are you sure you're okay, Monica?
Yeah, don't worry about that. If it gets too much for me, I'll say something, probably. Anyway, speaking of parents, it's actually getting kinda late, so we should probably get home soon. The sunlight certainly been orange tinted for a while now, with the soft breeze growing chillier by the minute.
Yeah, my dad's probably gonna be pissed if I take too long to get back.
Are you guys gonna be able to get home alright?
Who do you think we are, 9-year-old kids? Of course we will.
Yeah, I just meant that it'd been night and all. Thanks for the concerns, Elsa, but I think it'll be fine. I have a train to catch anyway, so the station's going to be pretty crowded. Yuri, what about you? Want to walk you home? I wouldn't want you to go out of your way. After all, you could easily walk home with Sayori. Nah, it's fine.
Please, if you're so worried about it, I can walk back with Yuri.
Are you sure? I wouldn't want to.
I said I would. Didn't I? It's fine. Just take it, Yuri. That's Natsuki's way of being clingy. I'm not gay.
You guys are hilarious. It's nice to be able to hang out with a bunch of cute high school girls, isn't it, Salsa? Yes. I give Monica the side eye as she smirks at me. Come on, Sayori, let's go before Monica says any other weird things. Only teasing. Yeah. We all linger for a few more moments to say our goodbyes, but soon scattered as the wind begins cutting through us. It really is getting dark pretty quickly. I guess our conversation took longer than I thought. Guess that makes sense though. Sensitive topics usually take a while to talk through, yes, and it should take a while. But to be honest, I'm kind of emotionally drained from our discussion. The club really has gone far though. I hardly expected to be having conversation this intense with the girls when I first joined. It's nice to have close friends though, and especially nice to have a girlfriend like Yuri. Somehow, I feel like today's an indication that things will be alright from now on. Oh my god, come on! I have no idea how much is left. We'll see how long this gets. I usually don't want to make this long videos, but for the sake of this game I want to make it to the end, but I think we're closing in. Wow, it's been a journey, wow. And I can't remember the last time I slept so heavily. This is one of those rare days where rather than feeling fatigued from sleeping so much, I'm instead aware of how deeply I slept. The powers of emotional exhaustion, yes. To be honest, it was kind of unexpected that we ended up talking so much about ourselves yesterday. We knew that everyone was so messed up. Everyone has their own problems. Probably shouldn't be joking around about this stuff, even in my own thoughts. It is kind of interesting how we're all dealt with such heavy things before. Well, I already kind of knew a bit about Sayori's troubles, and I definitely knew about Yuri's, but Monica's was a pretty big surprise. We kinda saw it coming though. I always knew she was pressured, but not to that extent. And Sayori, what had she said again? She didn't tell me because I'm her best friend. Because I'm her best friend. God, I can't believe that I missed all these little hints and signs about Sayori's problems. Can I even call myself her best friend at this point? An impulse to call her up and ask her to hang out suddenly rushes through me. You know what? I might as well. The phone ends up ringing for a while.
Hello?
What's up?
Sleep?
A tired yawn breaks through Sayori's speech. Isn't it noon already?
Is it?
Good thing I woke you up before you slept the whole day away, right? At this rate, you're going to sleep through the rest of the summer, alright? Or actually.
What's wrong with catching up on beauty sleep?
I mean, I guess nothing is wrong if you're trying to be Sleeping Beauty.
You called just to tease me.
You wish, but I actually wanted to call you if you wanted to hang out today. Actually, we could probably eat lunch together right now if you wanted.
What's the occasion?
Nothing, just felt like hanging out, like old times, you know?
Okay then.
30 minutes. I'm leaving the door unlocked for you. Mom is seriously always on top of things when she's at home. There's always enough leftovers in the fridge to satisfy my hunger as long as I cook my own rice to go with it. But it's not like cooking rice is a difficult feat. I don't know how I can go back to eating the random trash I buy myself. If Yuri and Mom combined their cooking powers, they'd probably be able to take over the restaurant industry. Maybe. The rice shouldn't take too long to cook, and all I have to do is microwave the leftovers for the side dishes. So I guess I'm all set for lunch with Sayori. Nothing to do but to twiddle my thumbs and wait. So check up on Yuri. Yeah, let's talk with Yuri. See how she is doing. The Salsar, hi. How are you? I'm alright, just wanted to check in on you. Yesterday must have been pretty emotional, taxing on you, right? Like, to reveal such a painful part of your past. Come on, we have to be a bit more sensitive when we talk about this stuff. Thank you for thinking of me. Actually, you're not the only one who wanted to talk to me about things. What do you mean? Oh, I'm actually with Natsuki right now. Oh, that's yes! So if you didn't help her become good friends with Natsuki, this wouldn't have happened. Wait, what? Yes. That's kind of a surprise, to be honest, but it's a good surprise. I've been her friend for a while now. Hold up, when did you start hanging out with Natsuki so much? On days when we weren't hanging out, you realized that I have my own life too, right? You mustn't really be hanging out with Natsuki if you're starting to get snarky. Uh, don't worry, I'm just joking. I really shouldn't be surprised, given how I've been watching you changed all this time. Yeah, well, as it turns out, Natsuki and I are more in common when we first thought. She can relate to me in many ways, so we decided to talk about these things with each other today. I hear a high-pitched, muffled voice from...
Is it Salazar?
Oh yeah, sorry, wrong voice. Yes, it's Salsa. I don't think... There's a slight scuffling sound, followed by a familiar sounding voice.
Salazar, you're way too clingy. Can't you go on one day without calling your girlfriend?
Of course. Roll my eyes. Hi Natsuki, sounds like you're having fun with Yuri.
You bet we are, without you.
Yeah, good thing I don't have to have a fear of missing out.
Anyway, I just wanted to say hi. Here, Yuri.
Salsa, I hope Natsuki didn't tease you too badly. Come on, I can't take whatever she dishes out. The two of you are quite amusing, you know. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. At any rate, I'm glad you have someone to talk to about everything with. It's nice, to say the least. I can imagine so. Looks like the conversation started to peter out. Anyway, while I let you go now, I wouldn't want to interrupt you and Natsuki for too long after all. It's no bother, really. It's fine. See you, Yuri. Goodbye, Salsa. Right as I tap the end call button, the doorbell rings. Perfect timing. Let's save it, so we don't mess anything up. Pulling open the door, I'm greeted by the bright smile of a tussle-haired girl. Hey, Sayori.
Hey, Salazar. It's been a while since I've come over.
Has it?
I don't know, but it feels like it.
Sayori suddenly sniffs the air. Home-cooked food. Yeah, she's gonna... Yeah, she hasn't really had breakfast, so this is gonna be like a brunch. You betcha. Let's get in and dig into the food before it gets cold.
Thanks for the meal.
I watch amusedly as Sayori shovels her rice into her mouth. Sayori, is this your last meal or something? She swallows with some difficulty before speaking.
Minnie, just haven't had your mom's cooking in such a long time. Did you put something in the rice, by the way?
Yeah, I put a bit of a sesame oil. It's something I picked up from Yuri.
It really makes the rice that much more flavorful. Isn't gonna start doing it.
Just be careful about adding too much. You don't want to have too much oil in your diet, especially with your current habits. What? Your junk food addiction, okay.
What? I don't have a junk food addiction.
You too? I've seen the wrappers in your bag.
What about your bag? It's always stuffed full of bread wrappers.
You got me there. Sayori 1, Zalzar 0. Why don't I have any points? Shouldn't it be Sayori 1-1? She always sticks her tongue out at me, causing me to chuckle. Man, we should start eating lunch together again. It's always a laugh with you.
I do try my best.
Suddenly I'm reminded about what she said yesterday. Oh my god, please, it's gonna be another dark episode.
Do you? Do I what?
Honestly, I'm not sure if she's genuinely confused or faking it to avoid confrontation. You always try to make me laugh. Well, not just me, but everyone in general too.
I guess so. Why wouldn't I want to see my friends laugh?
Siri, no, you know what I mean. Are you happy yourself, Sayori? I know you're always trying to make others happy, but from what you said yesterday, it sounded like you might be putting on a bit of a mask. At the troubled look on Sayori's face, I hasten to clarify myself. Not to imply that you're always faking your personality or anything. I just mean that you might be acting happier than you feel. Well, I guess that's basically what you said yesterday, right? Since I don't know how it ever occurred to me to ask about your own happiness. To be honest, I think I took you for granted, and for that I'm sorry.
Salazar, you don't have to apologize to me every time we meet up again.
I have been doing that.
It's okay, I don't mind it too much.
Don't mind it too much? You shouldn't mind it at all. So you don't mind it at least a little. So you do mind it a little. So you do mind it at least a little bit then.
Eh.
Looks like Sayori's accidentally let too much slip out. She looks down at her food, poking bits of vegetables around with her chopsticks. If you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to talk about it.
No, it's just that... I don't know.
Her chopsticks stab through a carrot, grinding it down into mush. Sayori, it's okay for you to talk to me about your problems. God knows I've told you about too many of mine over the years. It's no way burdens it in no way burdens me. In fact, I want to hear about things that bother you because I want to try to help you as a friend. At the end of the day, you don't have to if you don't want to, but just know that I'm here to listen.
Thanks, Salazar. You're really good at comforting people, you know that.
Sometimes. A slow sigh escapes from Sayori's lips.
Well, you're right. Sometimes I feel like I give so much of myself, but don't get anything in return. But then I realize that I'm selfish, that I shouldn't be looking at my relationship as if they were transactional.
Sayori, it's perfectly fine to feel bad about being taken for granted. Yes, of course. Relationships are two-way streets, right? Both sides should be putting in just as much work in a friendship. Exactly. It's totally normal to feel unhappy or dissatisfied too. No one can be happy 24/7.
I guess so.
There's a brief silence as Sayori anxiously twists her chopsticks around in her hands.
All I want to do is see others be happy, but why can't I be happy too?
I don't know to what extent Sayori is unhappy, but I also kind of feel like I shouldn't pry. Is there anything I can do to help? I don't want to see you faking your smile. I want to see your genuine grin from when we were kids. Although it's not like I can really tell when she's faking it. Yuri smiles wearily at me.
To be honest, I don't know if you can help or not. I think just offering support is good enough for now.
Are you sure? I feel like I should be doing more.
It's alright, Salazar. Besides, I've been relying on Monica for help too, you know.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that. I didn't know that you were that close to Monica, by the way.
Well, we weren't too close in the beginning, but we started to hang out more in the club as time went on. You know how perceptive Monica can be. She kind of noticed when I was feeling off.
And I couldn't. So I ended up talking to her about it.
That's about it.
But I'm glad she was there for you at least.
Yeah, I'll have to admit that it did feel good being able to finally voice my inner thoughts.
Talk about the rain clouds. I can imagine so. A quiet lull falls between us. It's not an uncomfortable one, though. It's more like a moment where we can both stay lost in our own thoughts. Sayori slowly starts nibbling at her food again, and I end up following suit. Despite the silence, I'm still enjoying her presence, though. And so she already freaking stole my bread. Okay, so they're talking about random stuff now, okay.
Isn't she in the class trip?
But I guess that's not something that will stop her, no. Dishes have been cleared away, leaving us to chat away at the kitchen table just like old times. I'm proud to note that I've been able to make Sayori cry with laughter more than once in these few hours that we've been together. My own stomach aches with laughter as well. Looks like my abs are getting a good workout.
Oh, I wish I were in your class. It sounds like so much fun.
It's mostly Shiori and Emi who get into wacky hijinks. We're lucky that Sakura is such a chill teacher. Doesn't your class ever have funny moments?
Kinda. Our class rep is sort of strict though, so he stops us from messing around too much.
Sucks. Speaking of class, have you finished your summer homework yet?
You're so funny.
She hasn't started. Have you started on it?
Nope.
Wait. Who said what? Oh, okay, she said that. So have you started yet? Nope. Exactly. Yeah, none of us has really started. Fair point. We're probably gonna end up panicking together at the last minute and rushing to finish it the day before school starts.
Probably. Well, I might not need to do my homework today, but I actually have some chores I need to finish. So in other words,
you're going to abandon me for now.
it sounds so sad when you say it like that.
That's because it is tragedy.
Just being a drama queen.
With my hand on my heart, feigning. Feigning offense.
Seriously though, my parents are gonna be really mad if I don't finish them by today. I've been putting them off for a while.
Isn't it really your fault then?
Hey, if you say it like that,
But it is, isn't it?
it's gonna leave them.
Putting on a pout, Sayori starts gathering up her things and heading to the door. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And bye! In a moment, I'm alone again. Honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself for being able to talk so openly with people about these issues. Don't get the big head now, Salazar. But it's been nice talking to Sayori about both serious and silly matters. There's definitely a lot more going on with her than may appear on the surface. Man, I really need to start hanging out with her more again. Although I still have to attend to my beloved girlfriend too. Even my thoughts have grown cheesy. Whatever, let's just send a quick text to see how Yuri's doing. Still out with Nat? Aw, opening my mess. Oh, that's a cute picture. His Natsuki wanted to take the picture, but Yuri was too camera shy to want to. Classic Natsuki and Yuri. That's adorable. Sorry, that was Nat. That's cool. As I examined the picture more closely, I noticed a wrought iron fence behind them. But they're outside? The cemetery. Oh. Show Yuri's parents' graves. Also, maybe Natsuki's mom is there too. So they're having a bit of a heart-to-heart there. That's adorable. I'm glad you can talk to each other. Me too. We actually talked quite a bit about our family situations. Not too close to her father. Hashtag exit music if you have watched or played that mod. Let's see. Don't let me ruin the fun. Make sure we get home safe. We're gonna walk home together. Okay, that's nice. That's true. See ya. Actually used text speak. Yeah, exactly. Chuckled to myself as I put down my phone. Leaning back in my chair, I rubbed my eyes. I didn't actually do anything today, but somehow I still feel like I was productive. It's probably because I was able to both talk to Sayori about her inner feelings and check up on Yuri. And as it turned out, both of them seem to have pretty solid support groups at the moment. Yeah, exactly, both Monica and Natsuki. Anyhow, it's definitely good to have a reminder that I shouldn't develop some kind of savior complex. After all, it's not like everyone's lives revolves around me. Or do they? I'm hilarious. Oh, no, I'm gonna continue. This is gonna be the last video, even if it gets like 3 hours long. I don't care. I don't care. Let's just do it. Oh, here again. Let's save. Oops. How many times have we all gone out together this summer? Oh, come on, Salsa, we haven't hung out that often. Also, we have more group trips.
It probably just feels that way to him because he never comes out of his nasty gamer cave.
Oh my god. That's uncalled for.
Yuri, isn't it true?
Well, oh my god, you're supposed to be on my side.
If Yuri is not supporting you, then you're definitely in it wrong.
But how am I in the wrong? You heard her. It's always the worst when everyone teases me at once.
I think you mean it's the best.
Right. By the way, Natsuki, where's the tea place you're always talking about again? Natsuki perks right up when she hears the word tea.
You mean Hatful? Hatful tea? Haven't we been there before? Yeah, but it was just Natsuki, you and I.
It was just Natsuki, you and I who went there. Oh, yeah, you remember. Wow, so you guys excluded Yuri and me.
Not on purpose, you guys were busy.
Only joking. So where is this fabled tea place?
It's actually not that far. We should totally go.
What kind of tea?
It's a Mardi cafe, so it specializes in boba.
A fleeting look of consternation passes over Yuri's face.
But I've heard that they've also served really good traditional teas.
Good.
Oh. I was surprised when I heard about it too, but apparently the reviews say that it's legit. Either way, I think you should at least try the boba though. Have you ever had one? Had any?
I don't think so.
What? Then what are we waiting for? Let's go!
How could such a tiny girl move so quickly?
It's just that you are out of shape. Now you're all sweaty and gross.
Natsuki, we all are. You dragged us here at a jogging pace.
That's clearly an exaggeration. You were actually walking kinda fast. Okay. Why don't you guys look over the menu while you catch your breaths then?
Sounds good to me.
Come on, Yuri. Let me show you my favorites.
I'm glad that Natsuki and Yuri are such close friends now. Rapidly chatting away. They've seriously grown close over the summer. I wonder if Yuri would consider Natsuki her best friend. Looks like Natsuki is about to steal your girlfriend away from you, Salsar. Is Monica a mind reader? We'd totally be incompatible as a couple. Or would they?
I guess you have some competition now.
Where is this conversation going? Soon enough, we're all sitting outside with plastic cups in hand. So,
what do you guys think? Of the drinks, I mean.
Still as good as I remember it.
Same here.
I can see why you come here so often, Natsuki. This is definitely one of the better boba places around the area.
I know, right? That's why my taste is undoubtedly the best.
Don't get too smug now.
What about you, Yuri? How's your drink?
Unlike the rest of us, Yuri opted to order hot, traditionally made green tea. It's actually quite good, better than I would have expected from a place that doesn't specialize in traditional tea.
Ha, I'm not really into that, so I guess I wouldn't really know. But you should try some actual boba. Here, you can have some of mine.
I'm glad that they are kinda not. They have their differences, but they are kinda embracing them instead. Natsuki hands her drink to Yuri. Tentatively, Yuri takes a sip, her eyes widen in surprise as she drinks. She takes a moment to chew on the boba before giving her verdict. That's really good. It's sweet but not too sweet. The light citrus undernotes cut through the sweetness. They actually tapioca balls and some interesting textures as well. They're quite chewy, but not in a bad way.
Told you'd like it.
Great analysis of Yuri's drinks, your Natsuki's drink, Yuri. That was pretentious of me, wasn't it?
That was fine. I'd say that shows how much you actually like it.
I suppose so. Okay, everyone, I have a great idea. How about we all write poetry about food? Monica, please don't add any extra homework to our summer vacation.
I agree with that. Can't we save it until school starts again?
You guys haven't even started on the summer homework yet, have you? No? Of course.
Let's talk about something else.
I concur. A few hours later, you and I are waving goodbye to Sayori in front of my house. I can't believe you almost drank all of Natsuki's drink. Wow. I thought I had a sweet tooth. Don't worry, it was super cute. Yuri blushes and looks down as usual. She's bad at taking compliments. Come on, let's head inside. We're home. Sorry for the intrusion. Welcome back, you two. How'd your day go? It was pretty fun. We just walked around town with the others. Yuri here found a new favorite drink too. Really? What is it? Boba. I remember drinking that all the time as a university student. We'll have to go get some together sometime. That sounds lovely. I'll be looking forward to it. Although Yuri's still pretty informal with my mom, it's clear that she's warmed up to her. If only Yuri got rid of her sense of propriety. Hey, you wanna come up to my room for a bit? Another blush rises on Yuri's cheeks as she darts a glance at Mom. Sure. Don't worry, I'm not going to intrude on your couple time. Just don't forget to come down to help with dinner. I'm just dying to learn a new recipe from you, Yuri. I won't be late. Sorry for the cut there, I just needed to check how much space I had on my computer still. Phew, as we're alone in my room, we could talk freely. So, how have things been? In terms of your mental health? Getting straight to the point, I see. Yeah, we are being a bit too straight to the point with some of the questions. Better than beating around the bush, right? That's true. At this point, it does make me feel less awkward about it when you are straightforward. It's been going well. It's a shy smile wavering on Yuri's face. That's good to hear. Have you self-harmed lately? Oh my god, these questions are a bit too... I don't know. I squeeze her hand as I ask the question. It's still hard for her to talk about it, but we've both gotten a lot more used to discussing these topics. Not this week. Yuri, that's great. Sorry, I can't think of anything else to say than that can express my happiness. To make up for my lack of words, I opt to kiss Yuri on the cheek. She responds by leaning her head against me. Once again, I'm hit by the scent of lavender shampoo. Thank you. Don't get your hopes up too high, though. I still have urges, just less frequently. Still, that's seriously good news. I'll throw you a 1 week clean party, but oh my god, still. But I know how much you dislike parties. You know me well. I swear, I should have never let Natsuki teach you the art of sarcasm. Now you know how I felt in the beginning, when I could never tell whether you were sarcastic or not. Yuri sighs a little in contentment. And I'm glad I met you. I'm glad I met you too. Salsa, I'm being serious here. I am too, I just can't stop grinning because you're with me. Oh, Salsa. She links our hands together, our fingers sliding together into a familiar embrace. This may sound completely and utter trite, but, well, I believe that you can thank happy memories for my improved mental state. Really? Don't tell me you're talking about the power of love or something like that.
No, that'd be quite silly.
What I mean is that thinking back to all the happy memories I've shared with the loved ones has helped distract me from my urges. Yeah, both with us, but also with the other club members. Well, just distractions in general can serve to stave off the pain, in my experience. Reading has definitely helped throughout the years, although I do find it particularly enjoyable when I can look forward to discussing my thoughts on a novel with someone. And I'm happy to provide a listening listening ear to your analysis. As you should be. I've also been trying out some techniques that we've researched on together. Oh, you mean things like using a cold spoon to simulate the cut? Yeah, it don't always work. Actually, that is a completely accurate thing that we in the medical professions, if you say so, kinda recommend. Sounds weird, but if you have those kind of self-harm urges, try to use like ice or something, or like a cold spoon or something like that, to give, so you can get that kind of pain instead, so you don't risk cutting yourself and dying, bleeding out. And of course you shouldn't do that in the long run, but I think that's a good way for people to kind of go from cutting themselves to not doing it. It might be a bit too big of a leap for many, so I guess it's good for some people to have that kind of a intermediate stage, where you can just use cold stuff instead to get that sensation and then continue moving on and doing that less and less. So that's completely accurate. But in the end, I believe having recent happy memories was the most influential in, that word, my impulses. You already know this, but before I opened up so much, I was much more pessimistic as a person. Honestly speaking, I thought that everyone else would only tolerated my presence at most, well, before I truly got to know them and their real feelings. I'd actually be genuinely surprised every time someone expressed a desire to keep me around. But now you know that everyone does want you around, right? I suppose so. All these memories I have with everyone laughing together has helped me to recognize that. Monica, Sayori, Natsuki, and you. Everyone's been so good to me. This is another one of those rare times where Yuri can't find the right words for her sentiments. The club's truly been life-changing for the both of us, eh? You could say that again. Hell, it even made me start writing poetry. By the way, Tanabata is a few weeks away. Tanabata, that's the festival in July where people write their wishes in the form of poetry on a small piece of paper and hang them on bamboo. I can see why Yuri was suddenly reminded of it. Oh yeah, they hold their festival. Wait, did we say that or did not? Sorry, I messed that up. Or maybe not, didn't. No, that's okay. Sorry. Oh yeah, they hold the festival nearby, don't they? We should go there. Would you like to go together? That'd be lovely. I always found the legend behind Tanabata romantic. A pair of lovers separated by the Milky Way, except for the one day that the festival falls on. Kind of a sad story, isn't it? Yeah, but I always found the bittersweet stories the most touching. Yeah, because they are kind of more real in a way. You have both the sad part and the lovely part. Speaking of poetry, I'd nearly forgotten about the poem I've written for Yuri so long ago. However, I hadn't found a good time to give it to her until now, that is. Hold on, I have a surprise for you. Hopefully I didn't lose it. I rummaged through my desk drawer and breathed a sigh of relief once I spotted the page I wrote on. Here, I wrote a poem for you a while back. It was after our Valentine's date. So I guess I was feeling some residual mushiness. Sunset sweet. In the night I miss the sun. I think of you, the only one, to make me feel the way I feel that love-filled day. I felt that love-filled day. Our gazes that met at that spring sunset made a slow burning fire rise up even higher, or ever higher. The warmth of your lips was oh so sweet, a memory with which no one can compete. That's a lovely poem. Salsa, thank you. I can't believe you wrote this for me. That was a lovely poem. Well, I did write the poem for you basically a week after I met you, so you could definitely believe it. You know what I mean. She gently caresses my face with her hand. It's as small and dainty as ever. We simultaneously lean in and kiss for a moment that lasts an eternity. I don't want to stop when we break apart, but Yuri's the one who pulls away. Oh, we should really be helping your mother in the kitchen by now. Can't we spend a little more time up here first? Salsa, we promised her that we'd help. Come along now. Oh, damn, why couldn't Yuri have learned to slack off from me? Well, I guess that's one of the reasons why she's so endearing to me. Smiling through a sigh, I get off the bed and join her in heading downstairs. And now what? Gosh, this is gonna be a long video, I'm so sorry. What? Just excited for the festival? Also, we're heading to the festival. Also, we're heading to the Tanabata. I haven't gone to a festival in a while. I need to save, by the way. Not since my parents were still alive, that is. Mom glances in the rear view mirror to meet Yuri's eyes for a moment. I hope you'll be able to do their memories justice, just having a good time today. I'm sure that we will. As Mom and Yuri chat, I find myself lulled into a daze, half asleep state by the sound of the car engine. The fact that Mom knows about Yuri's parents is a mark of how far the relationship has come. Yeah, that's lovely actually to know that they are kind of so close now. They definitely come a lot closer. I'm sure that Mom already sees Yuri as a kind of a daughter. Yuri certainly comes around to my house enough these days for Mom to see her that way. I can only hope that Yuri's come to see her as a mother figure too. The street lights outside blur by in pale golden streaks as we drive through the neighborhood. It's a good thing my mom's still able to work at home, otherwise Yuri and I would be walking outside in the cold. Salsa, what? Didn't you hear us calling you? We're here. Oh, right. Sorry, I was just falling asleep here. This should wake you up then. Mom opens the car door, causing me to immediately get blasted by a gust of cold night air. Wow, thank you. I'm instantly sent shivering. I guess that was as effective as a way to wake me up as any. Jeez, it's freaking cold out. We did well to bring a jacket, you know. I thought you guys were exaggerating, yeah, but it's cold. You know what they say about assumptions? Okay, save the lecture for when we get back home, please. I suppose we'd better get going then. Stay safe you two and have lots of fun for me. Sure thing, Mom. Shut the car doors and after waving goodbye, we've left alone at the entrance to the festival. This looks lovely, look at all this food. The bright lights of the festival starkly contrast the darkness of the streets we've just been driving through. What's ordinarily a plain city street is now transformed by a multitude of colorful stalls and tables decked out overhead by glowing lanterns. Crowds of people from all ages mill about, chattering and yelling away happily to create a cacophony of noise. As you step into the rungs, the temperature difference is instantly noticeable. Here the body heat of dozens upon dozens of people along with heat from food stalls, stoves, warm up the night. Heavy smells of frying foods waft through the air, causing my stomach to gurgle expectantly. Wow, are you hungry? A bit. Everything smells delectable. I'm definitely going to blow all my pocket money on food tonight. Good choice. You've been saving up for this for a while, haven't you? You bet I have. It's not every day I can indulge in this much junk food. Suddenly, I feel a tap on my shoulder. Oh, they're all here. Okay. I like Monica's coat. Hey, hey, Salsa. Fancy meeting you here. Behind me stand Monica Seorinaski. It seems that they've just arrived too.
What a coincidence. It's like fate.
Well, this is a popular festival, so I don't doubt that we'll see other classmates as well tonight. I don't doubt that.
Shush, don't ruin the magic, Yuri.
So you guys plan to come together too? Yep, Tanabata is a festival related to poetry after all. True. So I decided to make this into a club trip. Hey, why didn't we get an invite then?
Idiot, you already mentioned that you were going with Yuri before.
Yes, I did.
You and Yuri make such a great couple here. Be sure to take lots of pictures.
I'm glad Sayori is happy for us. Thank you. Come on guys, let's not disturb these lovebirds any further. See you two later. The three girls soon disappear into the crowd, leaving Yuri and me alone again. Finally, no obstacles between myself and food. Man, I can't remember when I had such good okonomiyaki. The Japanese pancakes are bursting with umami, having been slathered in sauce and piled high with various toppings. How's your dango? Yuri, ever the sweet tooth, has been nibbling on a couple of sweet dumplings for a while now. They're exactly how I remembered them as from when I was a kid. I doubt they would have messed with the classic recipe as regular old dango. You never know. There are lots of modern variations of food these days. Have you been looking up recipes again? Looks like I got her. There's nothing wrong with variety. I know, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I know, you never mean anything in a bad way. We make our way to the center of the plaza and settle down on a quiet bench together. Various bamboo trees are set up before us. Oh, I see that. With quite a few decorations with festival wishes already hung up on branches. The slender green stalks sway gently in the wind, rustling quietly as if whispering. Since you don't know how thankful I am that I met you. Honestly speaking, you've changed my life for the better. I couldn't have asked for a better boyfriend. I can't believe how good of a person you are. Hold up, Yuri. You don't have to gush about me so much. I think you're giving me too much credit. But you have changed me. Well, I guess I did help some, but nothing would have mattered if you didn't decide to help yourself in the end. True. You're the one who put in so much effort to change. You're the one who decided to open up to me. And for that reason, I'm the one who's thankful for that I got to meet such a wonderful and thoughtful girl. Plus, it wasn't just me who helped provide you your happy memories, either. The rest of the club helped too, right? Especially Natsuki. Yuri leans into me, idly fiddling with my sleeve. You know what? You're right, I did help myself. I've always been scared to think well of myself and to presume that I have the willpower to help myself. But in the end, I think that it's true. It's a bit frightening to think that I've actually come all this way. Well, frightening is the wrong word. Shocking, maybe. In the end, I suppose my support network helped me realize some things about myself, though. Because of all of you, I was able to identify my flaws and find a motivation to try to resolve them. You also treated me like a normal person. You didn't pity me or act like I was a fragile angel. Yuri, you're the one of the strongest people I know. I'd never see you as someone to pity, and I'm sure that others feel the same. To be honest, I don't know if I would have been able to go through the same stuff you have. Well, we grew up in totally different circumstances, so we wouldn't be able to tell. But knowing you, I think you would have been able to do it. And probably in less time than it took me too. Hey, taking just the right amount of time with this stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, don't rush anything. This kind of things take time. It's no use rushing something as delicate as this. I have faith in you, Yuri. I've seen how much time and effort you've put into changing. I know how strong you are. Salsa. Yuri squeezes my hand in hers. Do you have the papers to write our wishes on? Yeah, right here. Do you know what you're going to write? I believe so. Don't peek. I wouldn't dream of it. We spend a few quiet moments scribbling down our wishes. I have to rack my brains for ideas before I settle on the perfect callback poem for Yuri. Want to see mine before I hang it up? Sure thing. Wow, it's a long one. My wish. Standing under the bamboo, I gaze at the stars. They twinkle steadily, tiny beacons in the night. As I watch them, I fill with expectation, hope springing out from my heart as I yearn for understanding, wishing for a meeting of perspectives, a way to change the world. My heart wavers as I turn to look at the ones around me. Guiding stars, their paths align with mine, leading me onwards toward the distant dawn. I gather my courage, reaching out to them, holding them close. I pray for this feeling to last, yearning for the day I can accept this brilliance and make it my own, so that the star of my life might shine and light my way in the dark. I thought I'd make a return to form and write this one in free verse. I noticed that. It's nice throwback. You always kept a preference for free verse, didn't you? Although writing in meter and rhyme are interesting exercises, I always felt most able to express my thought, my true self, using free verse. Also, I'm guessing that you wrote about stars because of the legend behind Tanabata. That's right. Well, I also thought that the stars looked beautiful tonight. But when I was thinking about it, my mind kept returning to the North Star for some reason. And it was then when I realized how fitting it would be to compare everyone in my life to guiding stars as a metaphor. Poetry as always. Poetic as always, Yuri. But you know what? You're the star of my life. Yuri giggles shyly, softly taking hold on one of my hands. Thank you, Salsa, and yes, you were one of the foremost people in my thoughts. There were you, the literature club members, your mom, my parents, therapy. Wait, you're going to therapy? Yes, I decided to. I know that you've been advocating it all along, so that's great. Getting a professional opinion, that's got to count for something, right? Now that I've learned how to fight my urges more effectively, I want to be able to stay clean for good. And I figured that I might as well try therapy out. It's not like it could make me any worse, right? True. That's the spirit. You know, for a time I actually thought you might regretted telling me about everything. But I'm glad to know that I was dead wrong about that. Don't blame me for thinking that. Come on, got to give me some blame at least. I shouldn't have doubted you. Man, now my wish is gonna be terrible compared to yours. Doubted it could make you as happy as yours made me. But you can let me be the judge of that. Another one. From me to you. It's summer and the stars are out. I think of the future and what this poem is about. I hope my friendship lasts much longer. I'd like to watch our bonds grow stronger. My days so far have been alright, but I'd like to help you, who's made my life seem bright. I'll be by your side if you're ever lonely. Where others may falter, I swear to you, you're one and only. Even if you don't feel whole, I give you a piece of myself to soothe the pain of your weary soul. Because you're important to me, as fragile memories scatter or shatter like glass, so we will rebuild them together, and only year will come to pass. And another year will come to pass. I was actually thinking of the very first poem you ever showed me when I was writing this. I think it was called Tumble. Yeah, I remember. Wow, that was a long time ago. Anyway, I remember that you wrote about missing a part of yourself and now it's not being important. So I decided to write about it, how you're basically the most important part of my life now. Says you actually remembered my poems enough to include some of their motifs. How could I forget anything related to you? Salsarai, I love you. I love you too, Yuri. I gently cup Yuri's face in my hands and kiss her, savoring the slightly sweet taste of her lips. As we break away for air, Yuri speaks up. Hold on, we still need to hang up our wishes. We approach a bamboo tree together, the colorful strips of paper bearing the hopes and dreams of dozens of people playfully twirl in the wind. Yuri beams up at me as we hang up our wishes side by side. They spin together, constantly brushing against each other as if connected. They are connected. Connected in that our hopes for the future are entwined with each other. I can't imagine a future without Yuri at this point. Despite everything that may have happened between us, despite all the baggage from our past weighing us down, we can find strength in each other. We can learn together, change together, grow together. And we can move on to the future together. Oh. Wow, is this the end? This is the end. Blue skies. Wow. Wow. That was good. That was good. Like the music. Maybe it's copyrighted, I'm not sure. Like the drawings. This was an incredible mod. And just to think that this was the Yuri route with the good ending, then we have the bad ending, then we have the Sayori routes, then we have the Natsuki routes. We have in total like 6 routes for this. And this was one, and it took like 20 hours. Wow! And I feel sad that we didn't get to know the other characters more. Would have loved the other characters more. Oh. Oh. What's Mom and Shiori doing? Oh. Maybe they would be a nice couple. I really like these drawings. This was, I mean, some mods are pretty much just short stories, but this was like, as I said, 20 hours for just one route. This is a huge mod. Oh, that's adorable. That is adorable. Staying with us for the ride, no matter how long it was. Thank you for making it. And there we are! That was incredible. The end. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what you thought about this. tell me. And I'll take a break from Doki Doki right now. Maybe we will return to it if I find another mod I want to check out, a shorter one. But I have several other games I want to play and reaction videos and such. But hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a favorite, tell me in the comments down below what you thought about this mod so far. Let me know. I'll see you in another game or reaction video rather soon. Stay awesome. Toodeloo!